Chapter 7 Chapter 7 Hawk 8 takes the two Mohicans out of the cavern to keep watch. The sound is heard again, and he will release what it is. It is the shriek of a horse that is either being attacked as prey or sees some danger which it cannot avoid. Hawk 8 sends Uncas to scare off the wolves from their horses. Hours go without further interruption as the moon shines down. Before dawn, Hawk 8 wakes them and says it is time to leave. Suddenly, the cries of Indian warriors are heard and there are rifle shots. David is wounded. There is then a lull in the attack as the Indians withdraw. Hawk 8 knows they will be attacked and says that their best change is to hold the rock until Monroe, the English commander of Fort William Henry, can send help. Then the men guard and wait for the next attack. 5 Indians swim down the river with the help of driftwood. One drowns, but the others leap out from the cover of the driftwood. Hawk 8 shots one and Uncas another. Hawk 8 and Hayward then engage in hand-to-hand fights with the other two. Hawk 8 is easily victorious, but Hayward has to battle hard against the other warrior and is saved only by the intervention of Uncas.
Chapter number 8. The battle continues as other Indians shoot their guns. One fires down from high in a tree. The Mohicans wound him in the leg, and then Hawk 8 shoots and the Indian's rifle falls. He is left desperately hanging onto a branch of a tree. As he is about to fall, Hawk 8 shoots him, and then he suddenly drops dead into the river. But soon there is a new problem. An Indian warrior steals the canoe, which means that they can reach Hawk 8 and his companions on the island. It seems that their position is hopeless, since they are more numerous. Even Hawk 8 holds out no hope. The nature of friendship is somewhat defined in this chapter. An important point in this chapter is the impending death that causes disparate reactions in the group.
Chapter 9
The scene goes quiet. Hayward and David retreat to their inner cave. The small party allows itself some hope as no attack comes. David begins to sing, but his song is interrupted by a yell from outside the cave. There are more yells coming from around them in every direction. One triumphant yell is heard from near the hiding entrance to the cave. Hayward abandons hope. The Indians discover Hawkeye's abandoned rifle and talk excitedly about it. They then discover the cave where Hayward and the others have been hiding. They examine the area, shouting Hawkeye's French name, La Longue Carbine, the long rifle. But although the Indians enter the cave, they fail to discover the adjoining cave where Hayward's party has taken refuge. Hayward and his friends are giving thanks for their narrow escape. When they see Mawa in the cavern, Hayward fires at him, and Mawa flees. Then more Indians return. They draw Hayward, David, Cora, and Alice out of the cave and surround them in triumph.
Chapter 10
As Mawa explains to Hayward, the Indian warriors want to know where Hake is. Hayward tells Mawa that Hake has escaped and is beyond their reach. When Mawa relays this to the warriors, they are bitterly disappointed. Hayward fears that Cora and Alice may be killed at any moment, but apparently fearing that forces from Fort Edward might be coming, the Hurons decide to transport the prisoners by canoe. 6 warriors and Mawa accompany them. Hayward flatters Mawa, pretending that he believes him to be on their side.
Chapter 10. He tries to play on Mawa's desire for riches by promising that he will be well rewarded by Colonel Munro at Fort William Henry for returning his daughter safely. But Mawa makes no immediate response. Back on land, they walk through the woods for miles. Cora tries to leave trace on their path, as she had been instructed to do. By bending the twigs she passes, she drops a glove, but an Indian sees it and returns it to her. He threatens her with his tomahawk, which puts paid to her attempt leave a trail. The party climbs a hill and stops to rest. Chapter 11. Hayward continues to work on Mawa, who asks to see Cora. When they are alone together, Mawa tells the story of how he was born a Huron warrior, but firewater, brought by the whites, had caused him to become a rascal and the Hurons had chased him away. He became a Mohawk and fought the Hurons, in alliance with the English, but because he was caught drinking alcohol, Munro gave him a public whipping. He still resents his treatment. Cora urges him to forgive, but Mawa refuses. He says he will agree to return Alice to her father if Cora goes north with him to Huron territory and becomes his wife. This will be his way of gaining revenge of Munro. Cora calls him a monster and says she will resist him. Mawa returns to his men and gives a fiery speech. They all jump up with knives drawn and tomahawks at the ready, and rush at the prisoners. Mawa calls them back, telling them to prolong the misery of their victims. The prisoners are bound to trees and preparations are made to burn them. Mawa tries again to secure Cora's consent by exploiting her feelings for Alice. Cora explains the situation to Alice and says she will let Alice decide what to do. Alice says that they should all die together rather than agree to Mawa's proposal. In a rage, Mawa throws a tomahawk at Alice, which cuts some of the hair and lands in the tree above her head. Hayward breaks free of his bond and rushes to stop another Indian who is about to throw his tomahawk at Alice. The 2 men fall off the ground westwardly. The Indian is about to stab Hayward with his knife when a shot rings out and the Indian falls dead.
Chapter 12. It transpires that the Indian was shot by Hawkeye, who now advances with Uncas and Shingas Gook. Hawkeye has discarded his rifle, so the fighting is hand to hand. Mawa rushes on Shingas Gook. Uncas kills one Indian with his tomahawk. Hayward and Hawkeye join the fray, and Hawkeye kills his opponents with one blow. Hayward desperately reseals another Indian until Hawkeye kills the Indian with a blow from the butt of his rifle. An Indian attacks Cora, but his tomahawk succeeds only in freeing her from her bonds. She rushes to Alice's side. Auron sees Cora's hair and forces her to her knees. Uncas pounces on him, Hawk A and Hayward rush in to help, and the Huron is killed by all three of them. In the battle between Chingachgook and Magua, it appears for a while as if Chingachgook is victorious. As Magua lies on the ground, Hawk A prepares to inflict the death blow, but Magua manages to roll away, get to his feet, and run off. After Alice, Cora, and David express their gratitude at recovering their freedom, and David sings a song of praise, it is time for the party to be on the movie again. They go back down the hill, and within a few minutes they come upon the remains of the Huron camp, where they stop to rest and eat. Hawk A explains that he was able to arrive in the nick of time because when he left them he did not return to Fort Edward, but remained nervy, observing the movements of the Hurons. The party then moves on. The woman on horseback, Hawk A leads